Today, we're going to dive into an idea that really challenges our most basic ideas about reality itself. We're going to follow a chain of pure logic from our source material that leads to a conclusion that is, frankly, a total mindbender: that everything that can possibly happen has already happened. Let's get into it. So, where do we even begin? Well, it all starts with the most fundamental question you can possibly ask. Seriously, forget why are we here for a second, and let's go bigger. Why is there something instead of just nothing? Philosophers have wrestled with this for centuries, and what we're looking at today offers a really unique, logical path to an answer. All right, to find our answer, we have to start with a concept we all get intuitively: cause and effect. A ball moves because you kicked it. A plant grows because you watered it. I mean, our entire experience of the world is built on this simple idea. But what's the logic underneath it all? The core idea is this: something only needs a cause if it has the potential to be different. Think about it. That cup on your desk, it could have been on the kitchen counter, right? So something had to cause it to be on your desk. But if it had no other possible state, if it couldn't be anywhere else, it wouldn't need a cause to be what it is. It would just be. Okay, so let's follow that logic step by step. First, anything that can be different needs a cause. Makes sense. Second, we look around and see that, yeah, pretty much everything could be different. So the logical conclusion? Everything must have a cause. Your phone, your chair, the planets, the stars, the whole shebang. Seems perfectly reasonable, doesn't it? Well, this is where we run into a huge problem. That piece of reasoning, which seems so flawless, actually walks us straight into a logic trap. It's a paradox that kind of suggests that our universe shouldn't exist at all. Just think of it like dominoes. If every single thing needs a cause, then that cause also needs a cause, and the cause before that needs one too, stretching back and back and back forever. You get this infinite chain of causes with no beginning. And if there's no first domino to fall, how could the chain ever have gotten started in the first place? The conclusion is pretty stark. If that chain of causation can never begin, then logically nothing should exist. The universe should just be an empty void. And yet, well, here we are. We exist. So there must be a flaw in our logic. There has to be an exception to the rule. And this is where the source material offers a really mind-bending way out. It proposes that there is one and only one state of being that doesn't need a cause, a state that breaks that entire chain of causation before it can even get started. This state is called the superposition of all possibilities. It's a theoretical state where every single thing that could possibly happen in every variation imaginable all coexists at the exact same time. The universe where you're an astronaut, the one where dinosaurs are still around, the one where you picked a different breakfast this morning, all of it, everything existing together all at once. So why doesn't this state need a cause? Well, remember our rule. A cause is only needed when something could be otherwise. But in a state of all possibilities, there is no otherwise. Nothing is left out. There's no potential for it to be different because every single potential is already baked in. It is the one thing that simply is without needing any explanation. It's the ultimate uncaused beginning. Right, but this leads to a pretty obvious question, doesn't it? If the superposition of all possibilities is the true nature of reality, why don't we see it? Why do we just experience one room, one life, one specific thing happening after another? The answer, according to this idea, lies not in some complicated physics, but in a bedrock principle of pure logic that actually governs how we can observe reality. That principle is the law of non-contradiction. Sounds fancy, but it's a super simple but really profound rule that says something can't be both true and false at the same time. It's basically the foundation of all rational thought. For example, a door cannot be both fully open and fully closed at the same time. You can't be both sitting down and standing up at the exact same moment. They are mutually exclusive, contradictory states. Our experience of reality just doesn't allow for those kinds of contradictions. So, how does reality solve this problem? If all these possibilities exist, but they can't contradict each other in our experience, the only logical solution is that each non-contradictory possibility has to exist in its own separate reality. The universe where the door is open is a completely different one from the universe where the door is closed. This, right here, is the logical reason for a multiverse. Now, this idea has a truly profound implication for something we take for granted every single moment of our lives: the passage of time. So according to this model, time isn't a river that's flowing forward inside one universe. No,
Instead, what we perceive as time passing is actually our consciousness just shifting, shifting from one pre-existing static universe to the next, moment by moment.
Let's make that really concrete. Right now, you exist in the universe where you're watching this explainer. If you decide to get up and grab a glass of water, you don't change the universe you're in. You simply shift your awareness to the next universe in the sequence, the one that was always there, the one where you are getting that glass of water.
This leads to a really profound final thought. You see, from our limited point of view, we experience a linear flow of time, a past, a present, a future. But from a higher, God's eye perspective, all these separate universes, all these moments, all these possibilities, they just exist, all at the same time, a timeless, unchanging landscape of everything that ever could be, all in an eternal now. So we'll end with a question for you. If every path you could have possibly taken already exists, and every choice you make is just shifting your awareness to a reality that was already there, what does that make your life? Is it something you create from scratch, or is it more like a journey of discovery through an infinite map of possibilities? Something to think about. Thanks for watching.